Hello, tribe of spiritual entrepreneurs. Hello, hello, coaches, queens, powerful feminine leaders who are called to make a difference. Welcome to the Million Star Show, which happens every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you're watching this live, let me know, put hashtag live. And you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and put down hashtag replay. And I want to see who is here. Come and say hello. Our topic today is self-discipline and success. And what does it have to do with each other? And so Hadia is here. It is 1 a.m. in Sydney. Rosina is here. Shakira is here watching it live. Welcome, Audacious Queens. Welcome to this Facebook Live. Habiba is here. I see you. Make sure you tag a woman inside of the tribe. Make sure you are inviting the powerful women who need to listen to this topic. I want to make sure everyone is here. Everyone is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so great to have you here. And I want to really get into the topic of self-discipline and success. And today I have 10 tips for you, 10 resources for all those people around the globe who have started the month of Ramadan, which is an extraordinary spiritual month, 29 or 30 days of mind, body, spirit, fasting, charity, creating new, beautiful belief systems that can help you, releasing limiting beliefs. I wish you a Ramadan Mubarak to each and every one of you. And it is great to be here with all of you today. And so let's get right into the topic. Tell me where you're checking in from, where you are right now, how are you? And I want to make sure that I recognize you in the comments and I say hello to you personally. That way, oops, my phone is ringing. And that way I can see where you are and where you're checking in from. So let's get right into the topic of self-discipline and success. And what does it have, to do with each other? I'm going to start with a quote from The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And he says, all success begins with self-discipline. It starts with you. And so the same applies to any industry. Yes, he is in the entertainment industry, but let's look at your industry and where you are. And even if you're not an entrepreneur and you're not wanting to create wealth from a different source and you're not wanting to do, take your pain and take your past and turn it into purpose, power, and profit like we do inside of the Academy. Let's look at any other area of your life where you are looking for success. Now, here inside of the tribe and inside of the Academy, I am the creative founder of Million Stars Academy. My name is Fatima Omar Kamisa. And what we do is we help women and support women to take their past, their entire history, and look at it as a superpower. And we help you get visibility, to be seen, to be heard through coaching and publishing. That's what we do here. Now, getting back to self-discipline, self-discipline is all about you tapping into your inner strength and confidence, which allows you to make decisions in a calm and composed manner. When you create a self-disciplined environment in the workplace, in your home, in your emotions, you empower yourself to react to situations in a positive way. Now, if you look at the world around us right now, and any time in history, things will happen that are completely out of your control. They will, right? Would you agree with that? Would you agree that things happen in the world and on the news and in your family and in your neighborhood? Things happen that are outside of your control, right? Would you agree with that? And so the smart person is the one that can look at these aspects of life and say, okay, this is happening. I don't have control over that thing. I don't have control over that person. I don't have control over XYZ, whatever is going on. And what do you have control over? Well, you have control over your reaction to that thing. And that's what gives you hope. And that's what gives you self-control. And that's what allows you to take your power back. Okay? The person who is all over the place and doesn't understand this idea of self-empowerment is the one that goes wherever the wind goes. So if the government says this, or your person says this, or your neighbor says this, then you go towards that. And so it is a very there's that what creates uncertainty in your life. And then you don't know what is the truth and what is not the truth, because your values are going with the wind. Whatever someone says, you're going with. Self-discipline helps you to be able to stay the course and stay centered even in the middle of a hurricane. So the hurricane is going on around you, and you stay in the eye of the storm, and you stay centered and grounded with your values, with your dreams, with the future you are creating. Otherwise, it's going to be the same old life that you have created in the past. Now, if you want to continue having what you've had in the past, then you can do that. But if the day comes where you decide, I want something different, I want to create something new, I want to create something I've never created before, Okay, am I back? Let me see if I'm back. Sorry about that. There was a hiccup on the screen, and hopefully I am back. Let me know if I am back. Hello, ladies. We have to work with the technology. Okay, and so let's talk about the self-discipline. Jim Rohn says to accomplish any of the things that you want to accomplish in your life, you will need self-discipline. You will need self-discipline, right? And self-discipline in an entrepreneurial environment, there's a lot to be said about showing up on time, meeting deadlines, commitments, the ability to get things done, the ability to be curious, the ability to perform, the ability to say, I am setting my goals, right? So what I'm going to do right now, and thank you for letting me know that I'm back, I'm going to share with you 10 things that I have learned over time that have helped me with self-discipline. And I want to know which one is your absolute favorite. So number one, you want to change your perception of willpower. So what does that even mean? It means that in psychology circles, this is known as a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, for example, I'll meet somebody and they'll say to me, I can never do that. I don't have self-discipline. I cannot speak to my kids. I am unable to make a video. I am too shy to do this. People, when they talk to me, they don't want to buy from me. And this is what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what does that mean? It means what you say comes true. Yes, whatever you say comes true. So a self-fulfilling prophecy is when you say something about yourself, your thoughts, your behavior, your actions, and whatever you say, guess what? It comes true every single time. The fact is, willpower is not something that you have or you don't have. It is simply a behavior that you learn. That's it. So if you practice this behavior, you'll get the result, right? And so what this teaches us is it's not that you have self-discipline or willpower. What it means is that all it takes is for you to teach yourself this habit, the habit of saying, I'm teaching myself how to do this. I'm a little bit better today than I was yesterday. That's it. Okay, so do you think you could do that? Do you think you could say to yourself, well, guess what? I can do this. I can teach myself how to do this. And that's all it is. That's number one. Number two is to acknowledge your gaps. Okay, what does it mean to acknowledge your gaps? All it means is to say, wow, I'm looking at myself and these are my gaps. So for example, one of my gaps is that I'm not a very detailed oriented person. So what I do is I hire someone to help me be more detailed. I am a visionary. I can see the big picture. I know where the ship is going. I know what the team has to do. But details is a gap for me. Okay. And so when you want to learn a new habit, the best way is to find your gaps. Okay. Inside of Million Stars Academy, we have lots and lots of trainings for the coaches inside of the academy on what skill they need to upgrade. Okay. Each one of your skills is something you have acquired and you have learned. One of a big gap that a lot of people experience in today's world is you actually think you know how to multitask. So let me give you a statistic. Do you know that between between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., the average person will check their phone. Do you know how many times? Guess how many times a person will check their phone from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night? Never mind if you're up in the middle of the night. The average person will check their phone 150 times. Okay? And so we make the assumption that we are good at multitasking. But in fact, nobody is good at multitasking. And we have learned now as human behavior that the more you multitask, the worse your results are. So maybe that's a gap for you. You are distracted in different things you do in the day. And you want to look at your time and say, okay, I am focused on this one thing, and I'm going to give myself 60 minutes or 90 minutes not touching my phone and focus on this one thing that I want to accomplish to change my future. Okay? Number 3, remember the 80-20 rule. This is called the Pareto principle, and I hope you guys are making notes inside of the comments so everyone else that comes after can actually look at your notes. Thank you so much for doing that. Number 3 is the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is Pareto principle, and it says that, and it goes across in homes, countries, organizations, your skill set, clients that you have. 80% of the money you make will come from 20% of the people. Okay, 20% of the activities that you do will generate 80% of the results. So if you're wasting your time on the 80% of the activities that are not producing the results you want, you might want to switch it around and focus on the 20% that gives you the most amount of results that you're looking for. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4 is eat the biggest, hairiest, ugliest frog first. No, I don't want you to eat any frogs. I don't actually mean eat the frog, but there's a saying called, I'm just fixing my chair here. There's a saying called eat the frog first, and there's actually a book written by by Brian Tracy on eat the frog first. So what does this mean? It means do the thing you don't want to do first. So what is that thing that you're avoiding? What is that thing that you don't want to eat? What is that task that you don't want to do, but you know that when you do that task, you're going to get the best results? And that's what you want to do. You want to schedule that most important task at the beginning of your day. Okay? For some reason, humans, we put these hairy, audacious, biggest frogs on the last on the list. And when the entire day goes by, you keep thinking about, oh my God, I still have to do that hairy, audacious, big frog task. Okay, so you have to do the ugly one first. Eat the ugly frog. And I'm sorry if you're offended, if you're vegetarian or you're vegan. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5 is take it one step at a time. It is easy to get overwhelmed if a goal is big and giant, right? And again, I'm going to give you a food eating analogy. How do you eat an elephant? Even though we don't eat elephants. And the answer is one bite at a time, okay? When we are on the path of acquiring self-discipline and you're learning a new habit, it can be daunting at times. So what you want to do is you want to break your goal down in tiny, tiny micro steps, small, tiny steps. So instead of looking at changing everything at once, you master your mind by doing one tiny baby step at a time. That's it. That's all you do. One tiny baby step at a time. Okay. Number 6 is prioritize. Am I saying it right? Prioritize? I don't know. Am I saying it right? Someone has got to help me with that. Prioritize. Okay. And what this one is all about is about self-control. Is about saying, okay, here are the 5 things that I must do today. And yes, I'm going to eat the big frog first. But on my to-do list, on my calendar, what must I do? What is the most value for me? Eating right, spending time with my kids, launching my business, learning the skill, right? All the things that you want to do, you want to have a list of what is in, like label your priority 1 to 10 and find the big goals that you want to create rather than the small ones. So maybe a small one might be, I want to reorganize my closet. Okay, I want to reorganize. Yes, it is important for you to reorganize your closet. However, what is that big goal on your list? So you can still get to that. But if you don't finish the big goals on your list, how are you going to feel about yourself? Right? And to feel great about yourself is to take one tiny step towards the goal that you are creating. Okay? Okay. Number 7, show yourself some compassion. On the journey of self-discipline, there are a lot of setbacks. Yep, a lot of setbacks. Inside of the academy, we actually have this whole exercise that we call the get it wrong exercise. Because as adult learners learning something new, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So how do you bring compassion to yourself as an adult, right? You're a grown up now and you come up with these ideas that you're supposed to know everything. Now, self-compassion is also connected to self-regulation. And I want to talk a little bit about self-regulation. Now, inside of the academy on Fridays, every single Friday, we have a call that we call Body, Mind, and Spirit, because we believe inside of the academy that a healthy woman is a wealthy CEO. Because that's what we teach you here. We don't teach you how to be a coach as a hobby. We teach you how to build wealth as a CEO. Now, things are going to come up in your life, and especially when things are happening around the world. We have another lockdown here in Toronto. How are you feeling about things that are going on in your family, your bank account? Maybe somebody got a diagnosis. Maybe a person passed away in your family, right? Maybe you're homeschooling now. And I hear a lot of people using words like, I'm stressed out, okay? And when you use a word like stressed out, people actually don't understand what that actually means, because stress can mean a lot of things, right? I'm stressed out could mean a lot of things. And so when you self-regulate, you learn to put words to what's going on inside of you. So maybe you are feeling anxious. Maybe the word is just, I feel bad. Maybe it's, I am sad. Maybe there's pain in my body. Maybe frustrated is the word. Maybe annoyed, irritated. Maybe you're worried about something. Maybe there's fatigue in your body, your mind, overthinking. Maybe it's overwhelmed. Maybe it's tired. It is important for you to understand the words of what's happening inside of your body and your being and your circumstances, so that you are able to neutralize those feelings. And when you neutralize those feelings, then you're able to come to a place of generating positive emotions, and you can now switch and pivot, Rather than always saying, I'm stressed, understand yourself, bring compassion to yourself, and really understand what is happening inside of me to be able to put your vocabulary and the word that describes what's really going on. Okay? Number 8 is to lean into the discomfort. Oh my God. This is so important because learning new habits means you're either breaking old ones, transforming old ones, killing new ones, and the ego and your head trash is going to come up. Yes, the ego is going to fight you. You're going to feel weird. You're going to feel strange. You're going to feel uncomfortable. And that's part of the growth. If you always want to feel good about the new changes, and then you sign up for a new program, you sign up for a new course, you hired a new coach, and then you expect everything to be a feel-good conversation, it's not going to happen, right? If you have been eating junk food for the last 10 years and now someone is saying to you, eat apple and cheese or drink water, it's not going to feel comfortable. So feeling strange, feeling weird, feeling all of the stuff that's going on is stretching yourself into a new way of being. If you keep looking for feeling good, you're going to keep going to the results you used to have. Okay, so lean into the discomfort. Get coaching from whoever is helping you. Understand and give yourself permission and say, okay, I'm going to get it wrong. And that's okay. Because I've never done this thing before. This is the first time I am doing this thing, and I give myself permission to make mistakes and get it wrong, because you know what? I'm learning a new skill. And bring compassion to yourself. Bring compassion to yourself and mentally prepare yourself for the weirdness, the discomfort, the getting it wrong all the time, and make sure that you keep reminding yourself that that's okay. Okay? Perfect. Number 9, stay focused. Stay the course. New habits take time. New habits take practice. You will keep falling off the bike. And your job is to either get rid of the bike and say, I never ever want to learn how to do that, or you can keep your eye on the prize and keep going. Keep going, get up every morning, review your goals, and say, I am doing this. I want this. I know I want this. Look at your vision board. Look at the why. Why do I want this? Okay, look at beautiful pictures. Listen to YouTube videos on motivational talks. Talk to an accountability partner, which we have inside of the academy. Everyone has an accountability partner, okay? And stay the course, stay focused on your goal, because if you don't fight for your goal, nobody else will, okay? And number 10 is cultivate your self-care. Okay, humans require food and water to function. And a lot of times, the women that I see, sometimes we think of self-care as a reward. But I'm going to tell you right now, self-care is not a reward. Self-care is part of the process. Every day, whether it's sitting for 5 minutes, closing your eyes, and just focusing on your breath, using essential oils, walking outside for a little walk, spending time with friends and loved ones. Maybe you want to cultivate a meditation process. Maybe you want to work out, go for a walk. Maybe you want to get your journal out and start writing something, right? Maybe you want to get in your car and just listen to something that is inside of your car as a university on wheels, okay? The self-discipline that you do when you follow these 10 steps will possibly create a happier you. And that's what we want. We want you to be a happier version of who you were yesterday. Because a healthy, happy woman is a wealthy CEO. And that's what we want. So those are the 10. I hope you liked it. Tell me which one is your favorite one. We'll go through it again. So I'll just read it off for you so you have it all in there. Now, if you're thinking, I want to have a conversation with Fatima, I want to know what they're doing with their team, I want to know all of these things. Now my other phone's ringing. Excuse me. Well, I am back. Oops. Takes me a minute to get settled down here. And if you're thinking, I want to have a conversation with Fatima and the team, I want to know what it's like to be a healthy, happy woman and a wealthy CEO, book a call with us, speakwithfatima.com. We want to get to know you. We want to get to know you. We want to help you. And we're not going to really sell you anything. We just want to see if we can support you in any way on your journey. So let's go through the 10. Number 1, change your perception of willpower. Remember, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Number 2, acknowledge your gaps and then fill them. Number 3, remember the Pareto principle, 80-20. Number 4, schedule the most important task at the beginning of the day. So you want to eat the hairy, scary, audacious frog. Number 5, take it one step at a time. Number 6, priorities. It's all about priorities. Number 7, show yourself some compassion. Number 8, lean into the discomfort because it's coming. Number 9, stay focused. And number 10, self-care is part of the process. Self-care is part of the process. So let me know what you loved. Book a call with me if you want to talk. We will see you here every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I love you. Be good to yourself. Bye for now.